Hi. So I think a few videos ago at this point should be. I said that I wanted to inspire discussion using my channel. It's this little diary from me talking about Pokemon, which is something I played all too often. I also want to try to inspire some sort of positivity. So along with my topics that might feel a little more like funny and a little more roasty, I do want to have some that are maybe positive and a little more light. They might not be as entertaining, but again, I feel like I have something to add to the discussion here. So, on that topic, a series of videos I would like to make are talking about my favorite Pokemon. Ones that, I don't know, I don't think many people necessarily think about. I do have a lot of weird favorites. Again, I play the games way too much, and once you've played Pokemon this excessively, you do start to have weird favorites. You do start to use a lot of Pokemon that maybe you just wouldn't think to use. And it leads you down a rabbit hole. You might get favorites that maybe aren't the best. You might get favorites that are very forgotten to others. So I feel like, hey, I'm doing this, and I really like some of these Pokemon. So today's video, the title should already say it, is about Electivire. This is a Pokemon I have seen hate for here and there. I do understand it to some extent. The complaints are very rational that Electivire is a weird end to the Electabuzz family. In that defense, literally everyone in the Electabuzz family doesn't look related to each other. It's a stretch to say Elekid looks like a family member to Electabuzz, looks like a family member to Electivire. But I'm going to defend Electivire. I'm going to show why this guy is my favorite Pokemon of all. I've had this opinion for a few years since I played Platinum. And number one, he's super strong. That's awesome, especially for an electric type. Being able to be kind of this all-trick pony is incredibly rare. Think about your favorite electric type right now, and think of all the coverage moves they have. Chances are it's probably not many. Electivire, though, has access to way too many moves. He has access to all the normal electric moves. He has access to all the elemental punches, as well as psychic and plenty of fighting type moves, which is incredibly helpful, along with his giant special attack for, again, an electric type. Decent speed, decent bulk. Makes him pretty cool. I also just like his design, which is something I usually hear panned the most. But ironically, well, not quite ironically, but going against the grain here, I think the design is probably one of the strongest parts about him. He just looks big. He looks tanky. He just looks like something you can't knock down very easily. And a lot of his anime appearances also go to reflect this. Gary's Electivire just swept the floor with Ash's Pikachu that one time. Electivire has been kind of this premier threat in the series. Whenever he shows up, he's usually shown as the strong upgrade, like ranked battles or like this or that. He's usually like at the forefront of all the big dudes, and makes him pretty cool. He appears in a lot of games. Usually he's really good in them. I once used him in a playthrough of Soul Silver by totally fairly trading over an Electabuzz to Soul Silver so I could use it. He completely dominated everything. In Platinum, despite the fact that you only get Electivire extremely late in the game, somehow he still dominates everything. And I mean, yeah, like there's not much else to say. Competitively, he might not be the best. And you definitely should probably not use him in a competitive environment. But I really recommend people use Electivire in the games. He's an incredible party member. He's not impossible to get. I'd say the only thing that makes Electivire kind of bad, my only real complaint, is that you have to evolve him through trade and with the Electrizer, which, depending on what game you're in, is a nightmare to get. In Platinum, you get it as late as you get Electabuzz. In Soul Silver, you have to go into Cerulean Cave after the game is done. I think in Black 2 and White 2, you have to find it in like the plasma place. I don't know. I haven't played that since I was a kid. And then, oh, what other? Oh, yeah, the Electrizer isn't found until the final island in Sun and Moon, and so on and so forth. It's really my only complaint about Electivire. It's a Pokemon that I really adore a lot. I think it doesn't get enough love. So all I ask is that today, you take a moment of your day to think about Electivire. He's a pretty cool guy. And with that, bye.